Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name's Electra. I am your autistic tarot card reader for today. So we're going to be doing our first card, which is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a very powerful card. The card is someone who's bending down on their knees and they are making some form of an offer to somebody. And there's going to be not just one, two, there's going to be three offers that are made. So I feel it is a legal situation that it is involved. I do have the King of Swords, which pairs with it, and that is a legal card. He does have the balance of narrative of impartialism and has the sword of justice. So it's someone, and I feel that this person who's going to make the judgment is someone who has also had some form of loss due to a very, very important justice legal situation that has gone on, and there's going to be payment, and the payment is going to come back in the form of financial payment that is going to come back, which is never going to bring back the person or whatever has happened from that loss of that person or these people, or the loss of the lives, or the loss of what the people have gone through from the serious outcomes that have happened because of a situation. But it's a legal situation, and sorry, my eyes got cat fur in it. And there's going to be three offers made, so be patient about the offers. First offer, second offer, and there will be a third offer. Third offer will be the final offer, and the final offer will be made by a strong individual in the law, and it will be someone in law who's also, I feel, going to hear the story of someone who has to do with a legal situation of their life or their child's life, or the loss of somebody else's life in this legal structure that has been extremely sad, and they've been able to actually understand, and they've made the right decision, and the right ascertained offer will be the third offer, not the first, not the second, not the third, the third offer. Sorry, not great with fingers. So just bear in mind, and just keep being mindful of things. It has been a very long ongoing case. It still may be a little long ongoing, but it is coming up towards near an ending area. Do you have the Tower? The Tower is strength. You need to have strength at this time in your life. You need to have strength to get through what you're going through. We are fighting for justice. We are fighting for a legal form of justice here. We are fighting for truth, and we are fighting for the rights, for your rights, and the rights of things that have been lost because of something. I feel that all these three cards that we have here are all involved, and they're all part of this one suit. I do feel though that it has been extremely hard time. There has been not just one or two people that have been maimed, if that is a word, harmed because of these things that have happened in this justice situation that people have been fighting for. But I feel like we're on the tail end of a class action lawsuit. We're on the tail end of class action lawsuit, and we've got someone in there who's fighting, and he looks like the Rhodes of, what's his name, the Colossus of Rhodes used to be the Colossus of Rhodes used to be in Rhode Island. They had this big colossus like person, and it was a strong looking man, they believe, and it's someone who is standing in there making sure that the rights for all these people are going to be paid out. This person is someone who's passed over associated to do with this class action lawsuit that is happening, and they are wanting the best outcome possible for all these different people that have gone through this loss. And this loss is a real loss. It is a loss that many people have lost lives from, many people have had bad health problems from, and legal people have not wanted to speak about or talk about, because no one has been allowed to really talk or speak about this for a long time. But now people are coming out, the doors and the curtains are lifting up, and people are coming out with the truth. The truth is coming out. The truth is coming out, and someone who sits in a chair of power, a very high powered professional man, knows about certain cases that have been just so terribly sad, and knows that these things are actually true. I'm going to go to the next card. So we are having the laws of justice. We are having the laws of justice. We are going on to another situation now in the reading, and we are seeing someone who is coming into something. They're coming into a strength of power. Someone has been through such turbulent times, and someone is coming into the time of truth. Their truth. People are seeing their truth, the truth that they actually are, and who the person is. The person is coming into their strength of their time, and that person has been waiting to be respected, looked at, cared for, and people to see how good and honest, truthful, and visible that honesty is of that person. And this person's true identity is now seen of who they really are. And people who have given a wrong identity to somebody, giving somebody a false identification of somebody, and many people have been running with this narrative of people of a false identification of somebody. Someone's been running. Many people have been running with this identification, and the people have been wrong. And this is about to fall at the front and heart of the center of some person. And this person's going to have to reveal the truth to some people that they were wrong. They were wrong. And from that, you will be treated better. You'll be treated with respect. You will be treated courteous, have dyslexia, have dyslexia, ADHD, and autism, and Erlen syndrome. And I'm so sorry, as well as chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. So I'm so sorry I get my words mixed up sometimes. I'm so sorry. But this person is, for once, you are going to start be treated with care, compassion, and love for what you have been through. And so there is also somebody that will be watching this also has been getting there and believing something about somebody's identity that's not true but is wrong, and they've based it on the belief of how inaccurately you can believe somebody is somebody based on a hair color, a look, a certain, without actually looking at the body shape, the type, the age, the person, how we age as we get older, different types of things. Someone is being misjudged and the truth is coming out, and someone's going to have to forbear that to people. And these people, some people are not going to want to believe the truth. I'm telling you that now. 2 people in particular, and one person just wants to make problems for this person because they just want to make problems because they just want to, and they can't help themselves. They just have to hierarchy, and they're not in a hierarchy position, by the way. This person's a low-level normal person, but they believe that they're higher than everybody else, and they're not. They're just the same, and this person is just creating problems. And there's someone else who's trying to repair problems that are happening around in a situation, and the problems are happening because things have not been dealt with correctly. There's not been, too many people have been talking and discussing when there should be more privacy. Too many people have been talking and there should be more buttoning of lips. And these things should not have been happening in the first place. And so someone has been trying to do the best to help a situation by going on what's happened to them, but also thinking mindfully about what happens to the future people who may come into the same situation if this happens to them. Their justice, how can I help them? So someone's mindful of that as well too. So you need to take that peace and have peace of mind that finally there are answers, finally there is truth to an outcome, and finally we have to lay some things to rest. As I was saying in a reading I was doing yesterday, is that forgiveness is one of the biggest, strongest, most powerful things that we can ever have in our life. Huge, absolutely huge. And it is one of the biggest things, because anger, frustration, hostility, and going on and even fighting for stuff, your body goes through so much pain and so much havoc and so much stress, and the almighty of what you go through on your health is just terrible. And there's no point being unwell trying to fight something. Learn how to fight it in a positive way. Learn how to fight it not just for yourself, but thinking in mind of fighting it for other people, and that your strength of you fighting is going to help other people out. Don't look down as if you're being slandered or this is just happening to you, because there are other people that these things are happening to that you don't hear about, who won't fight, who won't stand up for their rights, and who won't fight for justice. I just want to say something very quickly. Just the other day, I rang up. I'd been using the same hair color for 25 years, and I brought one product, same hair color, 25 years, and it had a different hair color mixed in with it, and I didn't know. And when I put it on, I thought, oh, maybe they're doing something different, and it will go to its normal color. Maybe no, but my roots were a little orangey, pinky orangey color, which took many and I naturally am goldy, yellowy blonde, goldy colored at the roots all the time anyway. So my point being, I went and brought another box, hoping from the same place, because it's from a health food shop, and I have used it, and it's brilliant. It's been brilliant for me. And I opened it again, and as I went to pour it, I poured it up this time to the light before I put it in the bowl. And the color, as I poured more than half, started to, you could see the minerals that were falling, that were different colors, that were a little heavier, falling down. I thought, oh my god, this is the same color. And I rang the girl up, and she was absolutely beautiful, professional, beautiful, lovely girl, beautiful girl. And if you happen to be watching, hello, and you're wonderful. But she did say to me, she said, you know, you're the only person who's rang up about this color. And I said to her, I said, I know. I said to her, and most people don't know this, when you have autism, you're different. So you do have to learn as a young child to fight for yourself when you're young. And I was, from my grandmother and my mum, I was taught to fight for myself. And I am someone, I will speak up for my rights. I will say things. I won't just sit, bear it, and let it happen, where most people won't say something, or they'll go to a level and hope that it gets dealt with. And if it's not dealt with, they don't always know about it. And if it continues to happen, there's something going on that's wrong. So I always talk and say something. And I said to her, I said, the large majority of people don't report things or don't always say things. And I said, this is the reason. I said, a lot of times people are scared, or people don't want to look for a thing on the back of a box, or someone is could be their first time using it, which would be horrible if it was their first time using it, because it normally is a beautiful product. But my point being, fight for your rights. Always fight for your truth. Always remember, just because someone says, well, you're the only person who's rang up, remember, not everybody rings up, not everybody fights, not everybody will say something, not everybody will, because most people don't always have the guts to do so. And if they do, they don't know who to go to. Find out who to go to, but fight for your right. But don't make problems for other people just to make problems for other people, because it's not fair for anybody. Everyone has rights. When you're fighting for something, remember, those rights you can change for everybody, not just yourself, but everybody, to protect other people. So we have another card, personal transformation. Really, I'm so sorry about the cars. I can't wait to, all the cars are electric. I can't handle it. I can't handle the noise. Personal transformation, really important. We do have someone with children. Someone has problems having children. There is problems where someone's having children, and it's like the getting to the people together. It's like the sperm and the egg won't mix for some reason. It's just not mixing. That's just not taking. It's like they're a little lazy, as if they're chronic fatigue sperm who are just lazy. Someone may need to go and speak to an IVF person, doctor, to talk about help with a baby, with having a child. And it's going to be a very beautiful experience. It's going to be hard also as well, in the way that sometimes emotionally and physically your body can feel a little different and everything like that. And for both of you, it's going to be a little harder, but there are many different places that can help support people. If people are financially struggling and want to go towards IVF, there is now places that actually help support and give money towards, or help you if you have a certain card or something towards, I IVF, but I do feel someone is in the need of getting some help. They've been trying, kept trying, and not wanting to really seek doctors' help. I do want to say that a large majority of our waterways that we actually have a lot of antibiotics in them, and there is, because the large majority of women now take, from the 1960s they brought in hormones, the pill, and now large majority of women take the pill, young girls, and that waterway that people drink out of, that is evaporated, chemically treated, what have you, still has hormones in it. And those hormones are affecting also people out there that want to have children, and these hormones that are put in things like the pill are to stop people from getting pregnant. So it's not always going to be so easy for people to get pregnant as it once was. So much more easier for people to get pregnant, and people don't always think about those things. But there is a little child that's coming to you. Just don't give up. Keep trying and keep going out there and trying. Just don't give up. Okay, oh, I have it again. Every reading. The Wheel of Fortune, I have the 3 BICTH women, the fishwife women, the women who can't stop talking, can't stop gossiping, can't stop trying to create problems for people, just can't stop trying to create problems. And these women are now talking to there's 3 men and 1 woman. And they're trying to create problems and bring this back in, and talking about this and talking about that, and I'm adding this and that into it. And it's these people in high positions of power are about done, because these things would never have occurred if things had been treated professionally, with precise precision, without people opening their mouths and sitting down and talking to this person or that person because they sit in a high ranking level of, say, like, let's say management or something like that, and they talk to each other and they have friendships and children and people, and people knows this and that and the other. That's how everybody knows things, because someone didn't button their lip. And that's why it's all got to the place that it's got to, because people weren't buttoning their lips. But the person who it was happening to was shutting their mouth and saying nothing. So there's no way it could have got out, except for the people in high-ranking places who were opening their mouth and mouthing off. And that's why it happened. And there was a person who worked in the area where this problematic situation is, who worked in this power position, who worked in this area where there was people in power in this position, a different position, who were in a high authority area, and this person was getting information and she was bringing it back to people because she used to work in this place, and she was bringing it back and bringing it back and bringing it back. So these people knew about everything before they even got told about it, because someone was opening their mouth like a little mouse and telling them. And this is how problems happen in management and businesses and jobs and anything, because people open their mouth. It's okay to report things to people and say this and say that to the people that you have contacts with to contact. But it doesn't mean that that person's talking to this person and that person and that person and that person, because I can bet your bottom dollar they're not. They're wanting to protect and look after their best interests and their integrity because they know their truth. But the small-minded people who are in other positions, who can't stop opening their mouth or telling their child or their husband or whoever it is at home, and the child then tells the other friend that knows that person, and it gets back and feeds through, or someone hears when the person's in an area going in and talking to this person or that person. It's because there's not confidentiality. If you want a business to work, a structure to work, have confidentiality, because those people are creating problems, because the problems are coming out. And even though these fishwife women are causing problematic situations, they would never have known if this little person in a high area didn't open their mouth and tell somebody in the first place. Because the person who it's happening to, I can assure you, is not going around telling this person and that person. They're too embarrassed about what's been going on. I can assure you. Outcome for that situation card. I can't shuffle cards, by the way. Autistic people, most autistic people, not all, I'm not great with my hands. I don't have the fine motor movement thing. I'm really not. I used to do ballet and ice skating, but that's big movements, even if you're doing graceful movements, but mobility is not always that great. Fine motor movements, no. So I'm going to do the card for the outcome for those 3 fishwives who keep coming up. That's what I'm going to call them now. Oh Christ, I get this card all the time too. Okay, there is someone sitting in a position of power. There will be a judge who will speak. The person is not stupid. This person in this position of high power is not stupid. The person is not stupid. They investigate, they will check, they will make sure, they will do everything to make sure that they are correct, because if they're not correct, by God, they're going to get into a hell of a lot of trouble. So they're going to make sure and correctly check. But things will have to stop, and these people will have to stop, because people will have to stop talking and sharing information that is not for everybody, and that is the problem. And someone will speak, and there will be someone in a high powerful position who will speak, and someone out there, you will be protected. These people, you will be protected, because someone is not stupid and they are intelligent enough to do the checking. So you will be protected. Last card for afternoon for this moment. Okay, an offer will be made, going back to original, going full circle around like the Wheel of Fortune. An offer will be made. There's going to be a baby girl born too. Someone, congratulations, whoever's going to be having a child. There is a baby girl going to be born. Congratulations. And there will be a marriage proposal for somebody as well. Someone who didn't realize that that would even ever happen to them. So there will be a female, a little girl, a child, and there will be a marriage proposal as well that's going to happen. And someone is going to be looked after and cared for like they were never cared for before. And they will find someone who loves them for them, protects them for them, and will make sure that they are treated the best way they could ever be treated. My name is Electra. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know if I said that in the beginning. I normally do, but I don't think I did this time. I hope you have a lovely afternoon, evening, or morning, and I will do another little reading throughout the day. God bless and lots of love. And if you are a Sai Baba devotee, Sai Ram.